saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard from your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah. Yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, I put so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ride it. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want.
Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Set, ready? 18, Gator. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Ready?
Off play action. Walters finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
I'm coming after you. Hey, orbit.
From the gun, Walters. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
On the set. Check. He's coming. How you getting the headache? I'll go. Check Mike 40. In your face.
Operating from the gun, Walters. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
You're gonna see me in your nightmare.
Throwing again, Walters. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
It's our deal. Hey, it's our house.
They run the counter. Flowers. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here we go. 10 Lobo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Get it.
On 3rd down, Walters. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Irv Smith Jr., his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. Quarter. Let's see what you got.
Mike's 5-4.
Hey, Delta.
5-4. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You got nothing.
Check 13. Hug. 13.
Check 3. Alert 3.
Hug.
Shit.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On 2nd and 11 now. Rosen. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, Haywood. It's a party now.
5-2 is the Mike. Mike's 5-2. Mike.
Run that.
Down to lose one.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike.
On 2nd and 9. Rosen. Open man is Galladay, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
That's good. For the Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Get ready.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Right there, 54 Mike.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Check 50. Quarter.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That's it, baby.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Mike tonight. I got you, son. Wide. Get wide.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen rolling to his right. Rosen is stripped to the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 40, the 30, 10, 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Mike 40. He can't hang.
Back to throw. Walters. And it's intercepted in the end zone. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Good stuff. Keep doing that.
Well, it's not every day you see a defense pick the ball off and already have 6 points without moving.
And on that play, no distance to run. Similar play, although it didn't happen right in the end zone, but you remember that Washington-Los Angeles Super Bowl where Joe Theismann tried to throw the screen pass? I can't remember the number, but he tried to throw the screen pass, and Jack Squire got it with no one around and just waltzed in and pretty much broke their backs. That's a similar play, although this one didn't have to run at all.
Here we go. Stats guy Johnny on the spot. Super Bowl 18, 38-9. It was in Tampa.
Let's go.
They're on 24-yard line.
Come on.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Let him know.
On first down, it's Flowers, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the run.
From the gun, Walters. This is Shepard on the catch. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf. He don't know no better. Come. 40's mine. 40's mine. Shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Slam, slam, slam. Squeeze.
Shim.
Protein spill. Ready.
Now a carry here for their fullback. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run the counter. Flowers. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
He wasn't ready.
He was brought down by Trey Flowers. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the
7-7, our score after 1.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
He's right. Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Walters. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Okay, ready?
Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Let's go. 47.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Walters. And he's going to go down again. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Hug. It's going to be a long day. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4". 1, 2, 3.
Monday.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
From the 31, Rosen. Oh, Rosen is stripped to the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he'll find Galladay, that's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set. 180. Mike 52. Pug. Monday.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Where's that? 80. Let's go. 552.
From the gun, it's Rosen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 33. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check, 52's the mic. Smooth. 52's the mic. I'm here all day.
Rosen will throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. After the sack on first down, Rosen. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you.
Exit.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McKenzie. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 16.
But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Man, that's trash. That's trash. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check. Alert, alert. Out, out, out.
On first down, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Ty Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Over the middle, complete. That's Strickland. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
On the double.
Hey, Mike 40, Mike 40. Let's go one more.
Bravo.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
No, you draw forfeit. Clear. Shoot. Get it.
They'll run on first down. Flowers. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
10-2 soft.
Hey, eat. Hey, come on, no, come on, no. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Deep grip.
Now a give, right side. It's Flowers. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Yeah, baby.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
On the ready.
I got it.
General West.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, 4 down.
From the gun on third down. Walters looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Strickland. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
You got it, son.
Operating from the gun, Walters. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 7, so a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you, but the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a 1st down and run out this first half.
Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hug. You're Mike 52, Mike 52. Bud. He's scared. Mike 52.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Rosen now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Hey, team 6.
It's going to be a long...
Now it's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
We got to step it up. Rush in. Hey, quarter. No, check that. We got Mike 52.
Hey, Echo.
In your face. Hey, Mike 52.
Hey, alert.
52. You remember me? Let's go, baby. Where's 52? 52.
Now Rosen.
Pick it up.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Zimmerman. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch 54. All day. Quarter. Mike's by four. Hey,
Charlie.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Play action here with Rosen. Throwing the out route and complete. It's McKenzie. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Alert, alert, alert.
Final play of the half here. It's Rosen throwing deep for Galladay. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Check, check. Middle.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Rosen steps away. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Flare, alert, flare. Who do you want? Check the back or check. Monday. Hug.
Rosen hands off to Johnson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Check 52's the mic. Hey, Monday. He's heavy on the edges. Hey, alert. Big edge.
X3, 218, chopper. Hey, high 7. 80.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. No chance. Check.
Hey, quarter.
Check hot route.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Rosen now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
Check. Lucky. Showing it. Hug.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
You don't want no problem.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Alert.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Here we go, D. What do you got?
Here's Rosen to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
A 61-yard attempt.
And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. On 1st and 10, Walters. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
First down, Vikings.
Let's go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Take four. Leo. Check. Hey, Sam off.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
I got you. Watch twins. Watch.
Hey, lock it.
49.
They'll keep it on the ground. Flowers. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him.
Coming to you.
On 3rd and 2, Walters. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw. Walters to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
40's Mike. 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. Hey, let's get that going.
2nd and 2. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a dangerous throw towards the end zone. Boy, did it hang up there forever. Wanted to run up there and pull it down out of the sky.
Yeah, it felt like it really should have been intercepted. Lucky to have that one back.
You've got to be more careful when you're that close to the goal line.
So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Back to throw. Walters. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Jake Butt, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Alert, alert, alert. Bang, bang. Hey, box truck.
To try again after the sack. Rosen. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike 52, Mike 52. I'm coming.
And now it's Rosen looking. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 36-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Walters. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun, Walters. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Barber on 1st and 10. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
I think they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
At the Vikings' 44-yard line.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go
80, 80, 80.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen. And an alley to run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. To throw is Rosen.
Here we go. Here we go.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
No, check that. Check. Go. Here we go. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
I got him. Where's 52? Watch 52.
They're going on 4th down. Rosen able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he's going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
You go tight. You got tight.
You 61. Matchbox lights.
Now Rosen looking to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
Detroit Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Rosen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Switch. Hug. Check 52.
Rosen off the play action. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Alert.
Lions, 1st down.
6-6. Pull it
1st
high.
and 10 at the 13-yard line.
On play action, Rosen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Isaiah McKenzie, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Butker now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
4 down. Check.
Ready.
And they give this time to the tailback. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Second and 10. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just one pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
And up, 18 Gator.
It's a party now. Check nickel.
And ready. Let's go.
Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Go. 60 or.
Looking to throw on second down. Walters. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run this one into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal.
Check 20. Man.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Flowers. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
65.
Hey, Orbit.
Here's Rosen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. Isaiah McKenzie, 77 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. They do tack on the extra point as well. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Come on, set, 8, read.
47. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
On first down, Flowers. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. 5.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you? Because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Vikings, the win form is number 6 on the year, and they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.